Look around you. What do you see? This is the new normal. We are a generation lost in the feed, scrolling through life one post at a time. We are constantly connected, yet we feel more disconnected than ever. This endless stream of content has become a modern ritual. We are all participants in a massive, global experiment, and most of us don't even know it. We are drowning in a sea of content. It tells the system what you want, what you believe, and who you are. We have become passive consumers of our own lives. We are caught in a loop that is incredibly difficult to break. We think we are in control, but are we really choosing what we see? So who is the curator? It's an algorithm, a complex set of rules working silently in the background. Think of it as an invisible hand guiding your journey. Its job is to predict what you will find most engaging. Its primary goal is to keep your eyes on the screen for as long as possible, because your attention is the product being sold. This creates a filter bubble. The algorithm shows you more of what you already like and agree with. These platforms are now our primary source of news and information. When the algorithm decides what we see, it is also deciding what we believe. We are entrusting our understanding of the world to a piece of code designed to sell ads, and it's time we started asking what that means for our future. How does your phone know you're interested in sourdough bread before you even type it? The answer is a powerful personalization engine, a complex AI that learns everything about you. Every like, share, comment, and video you watch is collected and analyzed, creating a valuable user profile. Your attention is the resource, your data the gold, mined and refined to target ads. You aren't the customer, you are the product. This relentless real-time process constantly updates your profile. This feedback loop allows the system to learn your triggers and keep you staring at the screen. We willingly hand over this information, granting permission to track our digital lives. But we rarely consider the true cost, giving intimate details to a black box designed to serve advertisers, not us. Remember when social media feeds were simple, showing posts in chronological order? This put you in control. But platforms realized this wasn't maximizing engagement, so they introduced the algorithmic feed, a monumental shift. The algorithm became a curator, deciding what you see. The goal? To hook you. This switch changed everything. It wasn't about improving your experience, but capturing your attention. To understand the algorithm, we need to look at what it values most. The system is built on 3 pillars: interaction, interest, and recency. These core signals rank content and construct your personalized feed. Interaction is powerful. High engagement leads to wider reach. Interest uses your data to predict what you'll like. Recency prioritizes newer content. These pillars are tweaked to optimize user engagement. It's a system that values reaction above all else. Once the algorithm understands your interests, it builds a world tailored just for you. A world that feels comfortable and familiar. This is called a filter bubble, an invisible, personalized universe of information. The algorithm acts as a gatekeeper, filtering out content that might challenge your views. If you believe the Earth is flat, you'll see more flat Earth content. If you support a political party, your feed will echo that support. It's an echo chamber. Your beliefs are amplified and reinforced, while opposing views are filtered out. You see posts, articles, and videos that align with your worldview, keeping you engaged and validated. Over time, it becomes hard to tell your own thoughts from the opinions constantly reflected back at you. The danger isn't just boredom, it's a distorted perception of reality. When exposed to only one point of view, we start to believe it's the only one. We lose empathy for those who think differently. Their perspectives seem extreme or even malicious. This creates a false sense of consensus, making us more certain in our beliefs. Not because they're well-reasoned, but because they're never challenged. We become less critical of content that confirms our biases and more dismissive of anything that contradicts them. The algorithm feeds our desire for confirmation, making us feel smart and right. We stop questioning, exploring, and learning. The echo chamber isolates us intellectually, making us more rigid and less open to new ideas. It's a cozy prison for the mind, built from our own preferences. The walls grow higher with every click. Filter bubbles don't just shape our beliefs, they divide us. As our feeds become more ideologically pure, we see the world as us versus them. The algorithm highlights conflict, showing us the most extreme content from the other side. We rarely see moderate opinions, just caricatures that are easy to mock and dismiss. This hardens our positions and spills into real life. Suddenly, a neighbor with a different opinion becomes an adversary. Platforms encourage us to mute, block, and unfriend anyone who disrupts our echo chamber. We curate our circles until we're surrounded only by those who agree with us. This deepens polarization and makes common ground impossible. Each side operates in its own reality with its own facts and truths. Public discourse breaks down. Compromise disappears. We retreat further into our bubbles, convinced of our own righteousness. The algorithm, chasing engagement, fans the flames of division. The human cost is immense: strained relationships, lost friendships, hostile communities. Social media promised connection but built digital walls instead. Outrage drives clicks, and the cycle continues. The filter bubble's most dangerous power is manufacturing a false sense of consensus. When everyone in your feed says the same thing, it feels like the absolute truth. Misinformation and conspiracy theories thrive in these bubbles. If a false idea aligns with group biases, the algorithm amplifies it, creating an illusion of credibility. The more it's shared, the more true it seems. Social proof bypasses critical thinking. Fringe ideas move into the mainstream, shielded from scrutiny. The algorithm doesn't care about truth, just attention. Manufactured consensus can influence elections, harm public health, and shape reality itself. Platforms claim neutrality, but an algorithmic feed is a magnifying glass, not a mirror. It amplifies the most divisive, emotionally charged content. Consensus can now be engineered for profit, fracturing our shared reality. Truth becomes secondary to engagement. We live in a world of personalized, conflicting realities. Platforms don't just show you content, they scientifically design it to capture your attention. Every headline, image, and video is optimized to be irresistible. The algorithm prioritizes what performs best, creating a race for more sensational, emotionally charged content. Short-form videos hook you in seconds, bypassing your brain's filters. The system learns your triggers and fills your feed with them. It exploits our curiosity and desire for novelty, making reality seem dull by comparison. Personalized content is a shortcut, delivering exactly what you want when you want it. You don't have to seek out information, it's brought to you, pre-packaged for impact. This frictionless experience is seductive, but convenience comes at a cost. We trade agency and critical thinking for endless passive scrolling. The platform gets you while keeping you hooked. Our attention becomes the product. Personalized content targets your emotions, not just your interests. The algorithm infers your mood from your behavior and serves content to match or manipulate it. Your feed becomes an emotional roller coaster. Joy, anger, envy, anxiety, all in minutes. This is calculated to maximize engagement. Strong emotions drive clicks, comments, and shares. The algorithm fine-tunes your feed to hit your emotional triggers over and over. Advertisers exploit this precision, delivering ads timed to your emotional state. Feeling insecure? Here's a weight loss ad. Anxious? Here's a product for peace of mind. We're sold solutions to problems the platform may have created. This constant manipulation is exhausting, leaving us reactive and drained. The platform profits from our emotional chaos. Our feelings are monetized, one targeted post at a time. Why can't we put our phones down? The answer is in our brain chemistry. Every notification or like triggers a dopamine hit, the same pleasure chemical as food or compliments. Platforms engineer this response, creating a feedback loop that keeps us coming back. It's like a slot machine. You refresh your feed, never knowing what you'll get. This unpredictability is addictive. The more you engage, the more you crave the dopamine rush. Over time, you need more stimulus for the same pleasure, leading to longer, more extreme scrolling sessions. This isn't a personal failing. It's a biological response to a system designed to be addictive. The goal is a compulsion loop so ingrained you reach for your phone without thinking. Our need for connection is turned into profit. We're subjects in a massive experiment on human attention. The algorithm saw David was highly engaged. David is lost in a reality built of lies.
My family started noticing. They looked at me like I was crazy.
The algorithm created a rabbit hole, isolating him from mainstream information.
Then I clicked on a video that questioned something in the news. Suddenly I was seeing more and more videos about hidden truths. They made me feel like I was in on something nobody else could see. The algorithm just kind of brought them to me, and before I knew it, I was watching hours of this stuff.
Sometimes I look at my own messy, complicated life and compare it to all these perfect people online. Maya's self-worth has become tangled up with her online performance. Her feed is a highlight reel of everyone else's perfect life.
My feed is just like a blur of dance challenges. The algorithm totally knows I'm a trend chaser and it just keeps feeding my obsession.
This forces creators to choose between authenticity and visibility. Many start with passion, but are pushed towards a specific formula. The algorithm rewards outrage and clickbait, favoring quantity over quality. Creators are incentivized to fit the mold, becoming cogs in the engagement machine. The pressure is immense, leading to burnout. Aisha, like so many others, is trapped, working to please an unseen force.
I felt like I was sacrificing my art for clicks, constantly battling the algorithm. I have to feed the beast to stay relevant, but I feel less like an artist.
These platforms are designed to make us feel something. We're hit with a barrage of conflicting information, constantly whiplash between joy, outrage, envy, and amusement. This leaves us feeling overwhelmed.
The strongest, most addictive emotion of all is outrage.
Sometimes the algorithm feels like a magical genie, delivering perfect little dopamine hits.
This emotional chaos isn't a bug, it's a feature. The algorithm thrives on this volatility.
The message from these insiders and experts is unified and chilling. These systems are working as designed, but the design itself is the problem. The platforms are not broken. They are simply achieving the goals they were optimized for, maximizing engagement and ad revenue. The emotional turmoil, the social division, and the erosion of truth are not unfortunate side effects. They are the inevitable outcomes of a business model that treats human attention as a raw material to be mined. The people who built the feed are telling us it's out of control. The question is, are we willing to listen before it's too late?
Digital media analysts confirm these warnings with cold, hard data. They study the spread of misinformation and have mapped how algorithms create pathways that lead users from mainstream content to extremist ideologies. They can show, quantitatively, how political polarization increases in correlation with the adoption of algorithmically curated feeds. These experts provide the academic rigor that backs up the insiders' anecdotal warnings. They argue for greater transparency, demanding that these platforms open up their algorithms to independent researchers so we can fully understand their societal impact. They warn that we cannot regulate what we cannot see.
A former designer might explain how the like button was originally intended as a simple way to spread positivity, only to become a driver of social anxiety and validation-seeking behavior. They saw how the platforms they helped build began to amplify the worst aspects of human nature, because negativity and conflict was simply better for business.
One former engineer described the goal as exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. They knew from the very beginning that variable reward schedules and social validation feedback loops were addictive. They used this knowledge to design products that would hook users, and they succeeded beyond their wildest dreams. Now many of them are sounding the alarm. These insiders often express a deep sense of regret. They talk about creating something that they believed would connect the world and bring people closer together. But they watched in horror as their creations were optimized for profit above all else, with frightening consequences for mental health and social cohesion.
You don't have to take my word for it. Listen to the people who built the machine. In recent years, a growing number of tech insiders, engineers, designers, and executives who once worked at the heart of these platforms have started speaking out. They are the expert witnesses, giving us a look behind the curtain. We've explored how algorithms hook us, divide us, and monetize our emotions. But the story doesn't end here. Awareness is key. Question the feed, curate your information, and seek diverse perspectives. Use platform tools to manage your experience. Build a compelling offline life. Technology should serve us, not control us. We have the power to log off and choose what deserves our attention. The real world is waiting.